there, this is indie artist Shanbray Price, and I rock with Queen Silvy on the Queen Silvy Show. Bye, y'all.
Welcome to the Queen Silvy Show. Tune in and never good Welcome to the Queen Silvy Show. Tune in at 11. Good laugh, good vibe, that's for sure. Get smooth with Tim. Get smooth with Tim. They have you running like you popped the pill. Once you hear the show, you ain't gonna want it to end. Get creative with the sounds you can make with your mouth. Reaching all over the world, Queen Silvy in the house. Award-winning show with the #1 spot. Look out. It's the Queen Silvy Show. 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 It's the Queen Silvy Show.
Hi, this is Joe Mass. You are listening to the Queen Silvy Show. You are now part of the royalty.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live, it's time for the silky smooth sounds of Smooth Tim and Her Majesty herself, Queen Silvy.
Hey, it is Smooth Tim, and thank you for joining us on another terrific Tuesday on the multiple award-winning Queen Silvy Show. It is now my esteemed pleasure to bring to you the world's sexiest granny, everybody's favorite comedian, the Queen herself, Queen Silvy.
He is so correct. That is Queen Silvy on this terrific Tuesday, the multiple award-winning The Queen Silvy Show. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on where you are in this great world today. Smooth, how are you today?
I'm doing terrific on this Tuesday, Queen, and might I inquire, how are you doing?
Yes, you can inquire that I am supercalifragilistic.
Expialidocious, I suppose, is 24/7, 365. Queen Silvy, again, you are just simply amazing. Yes, you are.
Double true that, yes. Yes, I am amazing, but you are amazing, Smooth. You are amazing, as well as our amazing guests and announcements for today.
Yes, we certainly do. We're going to have a very funny person on today. Aaliyah Ford, a comedian, is going to be entertaining us and lay a little bit of humor on us, lighten up our Tuesdays, hopefully.
Hey.
And let's see, as far as announcements, obviously our heart spurs are still going out around the world. You know, there's still things going on from coast to coast and sea to sea. That's
True.
sad to say, but it's true. But hey, people, as the Queen always says, faith over fear.
That's right.
We will get through this. And that's what we're here to help you get through it with our entertainment. And if you like our type of entertainment, go to www.thequeensilvyshow.com and or go to our Facebook page, which is also The Queen Silvy Show. And you can get the results of all of our shows as well as all a bunch of different other things that we're involved in. And
So much.
while you're on our YouTube page, we would appreciate it. Subscribe, please. Thank you. Analytics from last week: the United States, the United Kingdom, Canada, Mexico, Germany, Poland, Africa, Ireland, France, Australia. We thank you for tuning on in. And also, I forgot, it's because you're worth it, and because you're worth it. Foxy 5 Jewelry.
Hey.
That's the elegant and affordable,
That's
fashionable
right.
jewelry and accessories for you and or that someone special. Go ahead and get hold of Monica Wright on Facebook or go to her website at www.foxy5jewelry.com.
That's what's up.
That is all. Go ahead.
Well, hey, I want you to know that if you are watching this live, Smooth and myself, we love and appreciate you. And if you're watching this later on our archive,
Yeah, love is everlasting.
our love is everlasting. We love and appreciate you on this terrific Tuesday, the multiple award-winning The Queen Silvy Show. Hey, you do have time. You know it. To be kind. Say
Rewind.
what? And spread the word for someone else to come on in, get some of this super greatness, get some of this Tuesday laughter we have in store for you. You are going to giggle and pee your pants when you catch wind of this comedic performance from our brilliantly and beautiful guest today. But before we get into that, what I'd like to do at this moment is I'd like to share some motivational words from the Queen Silvy Show to you. Never underestimate the power of passion. You see, passion changes everything. And if you want to be successful in this world, you have to follow your passion and believe in yourself. You know, I believe that every person is born with talent. And when talent meets passion, hey, success happens. So I think the equation is your talent plus passion plus action equals your superpower. That's right. And those are some motivational words from the Queen Silvy Show to you, baby, and you, baby. That is what's up already. Hey, I hope you're doing like I'm asking you to do, which is be kind and spread the word for someone else to get some of this super greatness. Why? Because we bring the best in live entertainment, talents, and topics from around the world just for you. But I do have some shout outs that I love to give to my deserving kings and queens all over the world, like you, Kinsley Patino, Queen Jenna, Queen Ashley, Follette Clark, and Kenneth Rouse.
Shout out to you.
To Helen Myers, Peace Myers, Corey and Casey Patino, and Joan Mercer.
Shout out to you.
You like my voice? Me too. To my grandsons, Jonathan Junior, Tyron, Omari, as well as my newest addition, my great-grandson, DJ. Hey.
Shout out to you.
To LP and Cynthia, Jonathan Sr., Lee Allen Sr., Queen Sonia, Kaki, Shanika, Brianna, Alana, and Precious.
Shout out to you.
I think I need to clear my throat. Hold on. Thank you. To Kelly and Ryan and the All-American Boys, Matt and Tracy, and the All-American Girls.
Shout out to you.
To Patricia Wilhelm McGiffin, Pamela Anderson, C. Shorty Franklin, Renita Easley, Gold Rosa, and Donna Ferry.
Hola, amigos.
To my good friends down over there in Africa, Amy Kanema, Webster Rito, Hostile Flow, Hero Boy, and Princess Aria Lua.
Shout out to you.
To my good friends in United Kingdom, Beth Lambert, Dakota Jones, Bethany Jones, and Kay Cross.
Shout out to you.
To Lorenzo Gabaniza, Christine Lewis Anderson, James, and Audrey Sirius Audition.
Shout out to you.
Nana Linda Hartley, Edith Bearhook, Queen D. Brown, Ben and Sandra Johnson,
Shout out to you.
To Melody Gore Dobbs, Miguel Montalban, Brian Pearson, Brenda Ramirez, and my good friend, Joe Mass.
Shout out to you.
That's right. Hey, if you would love to be shouted out, if you have someone you would love for us to represent and shout out, we will gladly do that 3 days a week. Every Tuesday on the multiple award-winning The Queen Silvy Show. Every Wednesday with Tim's Tidbits, special co-host Larry E. out of Dallas, Texas. And every Thursday with the Now You Know Show with Queen Silvy and Smooth Tim. You know, I mentioned resources, right? So check out this resource. And when we get back, let's get it going with my wonderful guest on The Queen Silvy Show. Hi, I'm Queen Silvy of the multiple award-winning The Queen Silvy Show. You want to expand and get noticed? Then come outside your box and into our world. Internet advertising has a real impact on global awareness and even sales, so let's make an impact together. Offering for a limited time advertising and sponsorship packages that excel your purpose. So contact Queen Silvy or Smooth Tim for the exciting opportunities that awaits. Yeah.
Alrighty then.
Hey, we are back. Listen, I hope you are doing as I instructed, and that is to be kind and spread the word for someone else to come on in and get some of this super greatness we have in store for you on this terrific Tuesday. You know, the craft, comedy, and conversation from a naturally multi-talented queen of comedy, keeping it real, sharing her journey and success. Live from Raleigh, North Carolina, comedian, writer, actress, producer, motivational speaker, radio personality, and so much more. I introduce to you Queen Aaliyah Ford.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. How are you today?
We are doing great. I'm always supercalifragilistic. I never changed that. Always supercalifragilistic. But I'm honored and thankful that you are here on the Queen Silvy Show. I kind of interacted with you a bit on social media. I was a fan of yours like years ago when we were down in Texas. So I continue to follow people I admire. So I'm honored that you're here. But first off, I have to say, beautiful name, which is one of my granddaughter's names. So you got it going on. Yeah. Well, no, she got it going on because you're older than her, right?
Yes.
So originally from the Windy City, that's Chicago,
Yes.
Illinois, now
Yes.
residing in Raleigh, California, Raleigh, North Carolina. You come from a big family, which I know is a lot of true material because I have 8 siblings. How big is your family?
10 of us.
From one mother.
Oh yeah.
Bless
Oh,
her
yeah.
heart, minds too. I'm like, I don't know how they do it. It's hard these days. I just don't know. We'll all probably, if these days, my mom, and she was a single mom, we'd probably be breaking crackers, sharing a little piece of that cracker. It's hard the way the food prices is too. But when you was younger, and that's in the Windy City, what did you want to be when you grew up?
A model first. I did. Then I wanted to be a comedian. I always wanted to be a comedian. I never knew how they got started, but I always wanted to be a comedian.
Well, now
I wanted to be a model because I was tall, but then I wasn't tall enough for them. I think it was like 5'10" was the criteria.
Yeah. Yeah, who cares about what they say? But you're beautiful enough. You can still be a model. You know what I mean? Slash clean. Add that to that long scroll list that you have. But now you're grown, you're mature, you're funny, and audience give it up to her because she's newlywed married. What?
Yes.
Congratulations to you and
Thank
your
you
king.
so much. 2 years in. Maybe
2 years.
2 years.
This is your first marriage?
No, girl, this is my third.
Well, we got so much in common. Smooth as 4.
My third time around. Third time is the charm.
That's right. But we learn from all of that experience, and not only do it become material, but it's something that we can help those youth, those that's coming up. They think they know it all. Let me tell you something. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But kind of like the musicians, I think stand-up comedians are always inspired from the previous generation. So who did you grow up as a kid? Who did you grow up with that was your comedy icons?
Earthquake. Now, Earthquake was in the 80s when they did
Def
the
Comedy Jam.
Comedy Jam, yes. Earthquake was my favorite. And Don DC Curry. I had a lot of them, but Earthquake was my favorite. Him and Don DC Curry, because they was about neck and neck when it came to doing the jokes and keeping you just laughing, constantly laughing. So that was, they were the funniest for me.
Have you ever shared stage with either?
I did, both of them.
That's what's up. What's up.
And Earthquake, it was such an adrenaline because he was my favorite. Like, and then to get to work with him, we did that at the Columbia House in South Carolina. We worked there.
That's what's up. So is it true that comedy began for you due to menopause?
It did.
Tell me about that.
It started.
It
did.
Tell me about it.
It did. It was like I say, all my life I wanted to do comedy. I never knew how they got started. I never knew. So when menopause hit, I knew I needed to vent and I needed to be on stage doing this. So I started asking some of the local promoters that were putting on shows to, let me up there. Give me 5 minutes, just 5 minutes. They was like, that stage ain't no joke, Aaliyah. That's real time up there. Like, and then I was just like, I know I could do it. So they had told me to go to the open mic and learn the craft. Say, if you're serious and this is what you want to do, then let's do it the right way. So go to the open mic. And then he said, now, and you let me know if they're laughing. So I went and I auditioned for the Comedy Zone at the time was the name of it. And I auditioned. The guy said, oh, you're pretty funny. He said, and if everybody don't show up tonight, I'm going to give you 5 minutes. And I hung around. Everybody showed up. And I was hoping they did because my nerves were tore up. I was like, oh, he going to give me 5 minutes. Like, but everybody showed up. And I was glad they did. So he said, you come back next week and I'm going to give you your own spot. And I went back and I've been on stage ever since.
Good for you.
But then from there, for once I did the audition, and then I was able to go back every Tuesday and perform, it's the open mic.
Right.
And I did it for about a good month. And then I let the promoter know at the time of that first Friday show that the crowd is laughing. And he was just like, he didn't believe it. And I was like, the crowd is laughing. So he said, what I'm going to do, I'm going to give you 5 minutes on the first Friday show. It was way back in November. He said, I'm going to give you 5 minutes and you'll open the show. So I did. And when he gave me my 5 minutes, it was one thing from open mic versus live and in living color,
Right. Right.
So when they called me up, I went up, and then I stood to the far back of the wall because the audience is way up there. So I stood far back so they wouldn't just stare at me because I was all nervous. I was tore up. And it took me a good about 5-6 minutes to say anything. Then when words did start flowing and they was laughing, and I was just like, okay. But it took me a long time for it just to say the joke itself. So after like about 10 or 12 minutes being up there, it was like, okay, all right, you did good. And then they like cut me, like, let's go. So from there, I just, like I say, kept going back to the open mic to get stronger, and then start learning how to perfect the craft is what I started doing.
That's
then
how
he gave
I do
me more
it.
time on the first Fridays. He gave me more time. Then I came to be a regular,
That's what's up. You know what? Was you gonna say something?
No, she's exactly how I was going to say, because I know when we was in Dallas, you would work maybe Improv South, Improv North. You may work Hyenas. You may work the different clubs around in the same night. I mean, you could be 4 clubs
Hop
in the
around
same
and
night,
get all that
popping.
stage work.
Right.
But
Because you're working
right.
with different crowds, and you need to learn to.
Yes.
And yeah, just because the crowd down south is different than the one in the north or over in this city, they're all different. You need to learn to manipulate that crowd according to who they are.
Right on. And you know, you have one up on a lot of starting comedians that's just getting their foot in the door when you did it, because it kind of helps to know somebody. You know what I mean? And because in Dallas, when we first landed in Dallas, they'll get you on even at the open mics, and you find yourself like at 2 a.m. when ain't nobody there, but still it's a mic. So
Put in your dues.
Yeah,
everybody pays their dues.
Right. So anyway, about the menopause, are you still having hot flashes?
Yes, I do. But I learned what triggers them now. So,
Right.
And the thing with that menopause, like I say, it's okay to go a little bit into it.
Oh yeah.
Okay, because when I found out I was going through the menopause, and I went to see my doctor, and I went in there 5 days. I saw my doctor 5 times. I didn't even have an appointment. I went in there because I'm trying to learn this thing, because I was angry, and then I was hot, and then I'm crying, and emotion was everywhere. So I go see my doctor, and then like on the 3rd day, they were just like, Aaliyah, you cannot keep coming up in here expecting the doctor to see you. I'm like, I need to see the doctor, And so they'll say, sit here, and then they'll fit me in. But then on that Friday, she told me, she said, Aaliyah, don't come back in here next week. Do not come back in here next week. And then she said, so what are you going to do with yourself? Because first they wanted me to, I didn't understand menopause. I didn't know what this is all about. And it changed my life. And then I was just, my head, I was all over the place. And I was, like I say, emotions was everywhere. And I was like, menopause got me divorced. You know what I'm saying? Like,
wow.
Because I was out of it. I was just all over the place. And for me to keep going up in there, for her to explain to me, she gonna tell me like, okay, Google it, like gets to, like, I'm like, no, how y'all gonna tell me I'm going through menopause and can't tell me what I'm going through, So y'all got to do better than that. And then that 5th day when I went in there, and she said, Aaliyah, don't come back up in here next week. She said, so what are you gonna do? I said, at this point in my life, it's either go comedy or go crazy. And she said, what that mean? I said, it's either grab the mic or go to Dorothy Dix. And Dorothy Dix was the mental hospital here in North Carolina. So I said, I got to get on stage. I got to talk about it. I got to vent, because that was my way of outlet, I got to talk about it. I have to educate women that don't know what we're going through. I said, the men don't even know, because we didn't know. So now we all in a battle, because it's like, what's wrong with you today? I don't know. So we was all going through it, but I had to educate the ladies. I needed them to know that this thing called menopause, we need to, because it's different from our grandmother days. It was different.
Right.
Because I never heard of menopause. All I knew when they started describing it to me, and then me going through in this burst of heat, and I'm just like, wait a minute, that I can remember back when my grandmother would have that heat burst, and then she would wipe her face or whatever, and that was pretty much it. We never saw any mood change. We didn't see any of that. But today, I think I was more angry because I didn't know what it was, and it just jumped on me, and I'm just like, wait, how you just gonna disrupt my life,
Right.
you know? So that's what I was about.
You must
I
have had
thought
some real good insurance though to go to that doctor 5 days a week. That's some good insurance. And
I
that's
had a good doctor. I'm
that
telling you,
is a good doctor.
I had a good doctor, and I can go back to that to say my doctor saved my life twice.
That's what's up.
Actually saved my life. So I had a good doctor, and then when I would be going through some things, she felt like she knew it wasn't like a normal thing. So that's why she really would take her time with me. She knew that wasn't normal. I wound up having an aneurysm, and she saved me, you know. So she was good. But when that menopause set in,
yeah. See, I went into menopause like instantly because of the hysterectomy, right? So I found myself having conversations with like the ice cubes, things in the freezer. I would just run and open the freezer and just
stick your head in the freezer.
Yep, stick my head in the freezer. Boy, when you're hot, you're hot. He knows when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, there's so many nights that I woke up, you know, in my hot flashes, and I turn and look at Tim, and he's this small, shriveled all up, because I will freeze your ass even in the winter with the fan on. You a fan girl? You gotta have that
windows
fan.
Open, fans on, middle of
fan
freaking
and
winter.
on blast.
Right.
Yes, sir. I kept my house on. My daughter used to say Antarctica. She used to say that you got this house on Antarctica.
That's
and I
funny.
said, you better get some clothes on over here. You better, because it was cold in there. I was hoping it would freeze them to keep them from coming over there. You know what I'm saying? Like, where y'all going this weekend? We going to Mama house. No, go somewhere. But that didn't work. I was gonna freeze them out. I was hoping it would.
That's all right, but they learn from it, and I'm honored. I'm glad that you are helping us women out here, because some don't even know why they feel like they're going crazy and what's going on with their body and stuff, and they can get the education and the laughter and relate to that, and that is so good. You've been like touring the country, hitting the stages and bringing laughter, you know. For how long actually have you been doing that?
This is my 13th year.
Go ahead. You're a veteran comedian now, girl. You up there.
Am
You
I
up there with
now?
them big ones, them big names down there. But let's keep it real. For someone today who is just meeting you for the first time, what words would you say best describe Queen Aaliyah Ford and her style of comedy?
I do stories. I do real life events, situations, and I just bring the humor to it. You know, because I remember working with a Tunde, and he said, I never saw a domestic situation so hilarious in my life, you know. I just brought all my situations that I've been through, my walks of life, and I just put them on stage and brought the humor to him, you know. I tell him, because I said, you know, every time I go to court for domestic, I got arrested, you know, but then I go into the joke and elaborate, but
right.
Yeah, just bringing the humor into it, because I like to say, we got to laugh about it. I heard people be like, with all that you're going through, how do you even laugh, you know? Because I'm silly first. Now that's me. That's my personality. I'm silly.
That's a
first.
gift, though. That's a gift right there. So still be silly. Give us the silly if you want to. We here because we need it too. You know what I'm saying? But you know, if I had $1 every time I've been asked, is it hard being a woman in comedy, I probably would have more money than the male comedians right now, you know. But for you, Queen Aaliyah, what's the best thing, in your opinion, the best thing about being a female, a woman, a queen in the entertainment industry?
I think, you know, just being true to you. You know, because you know, you in this industry as well, you've been in it probably longer than me, and to stand up for yourself, because a lot that go with it. I got a documentary out there on Amazon Prime where Ladies on Laughter, where we talk about the experience you go through with, you know, men feeling like, hey, we got one, there's new fresh coming in, and then me, I'm like, no, see, and I ain't gonna cuss, but I tell them I ain't got an F, I'm funny.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, no, just stay true to you in this game, and then the respect comes, because if you let them treat you like a doormat, that's what they're gonna do.
That's
Just
right.
stay true to you. Yeah.
I'm not even gonna get into the stories of where I had to check people, but they're gonna try you. They will
Yes,
try
they
you.
will.
They
Yes,
will
they
try you.
will.
But I want
Yes,
people
they
to
will.
know that hey, we all know laughter does the body good. Coming up shortly, we're going to showcase some great comedy from the one and only Queen Aaliyah Ford. So stick around for that. You do have time to be kind and spread the word for someone else to come on in and get some of the super greatness. So Queen Aaliyah, you've traveled, okay? You've graced stages all over the country. I'm talking, like you said, I've seen that on About Women and Laughter. It was very good indeed. You got TV, documentaries, radio personality, and so much more. Break a little bit down for me and give me a brief overview of your career, as well as some of these legendary, great performers that was lucky to be in your presence. How about that?
Okay, so the Ladies on Laughter is out there. I got some short films. Kiss the Sky is one, and Messy is another one that I'm in, where I played a drug dealer, female drug dealer.
What?
I did.
You can do that there and fool people. You is
gangster,
a award-winning actress. Do it,
Comedian and gangster.
right?
Man, and look, that's because being from Chicago, everybody always say that Leah thinks you're a gangster. No, I don't. I don't think I'm no gangster. I don't even act like play the gangster. I am not.
But you know what, Aaliyah, Queen Aaliyah, I've heard that you are really exceptional doing these silly faces and things. So I know you probably was really convinced and gave a mug a look, and they was like,
Yeah. So that's what I do. But the Brown Sugar Night is another one that's on there on Amazon. And I've worked all over. I mean, all over. With Earthquake, Dick Gregory, Don DC Curry, D. Ray Davis. I mean, even Martin Lawrence. You know,
that's what's
work
up.
with Martin, Melanie Camacho, some of the females, Hope Flood, Coco Brown, Tina Graham.
And those are veterans in the industry too, well known, doing some things. So when you alongside of them, but I like to say when they're alongside of you, okay, let's keep it real. It's a great thing. Networking, iron sharpens iron. You know what I'm saying? Right. You learn from what you're doing. I know stand-up comedy, can be a tough business, and I mean it's dependent on your overall goal. It's depending on how much work, how much grind you gonna put in, what you gonna take, what you ain't gonna take. Especially for us women, that's extra grinding. You know what I mean? That's extra guards up. But for you, were there any challenges that you faced to get where you are in your career? Aside from that's different than the male colleagues in the industry?
Well, women,
right?
Women, cause I've been in the area, like I'm from Chicago, but I came to Raleigh, and then I didn't start comedy in Chicago. No, I started here in North Carolina, but I've been here now 30 years. So North Carolina is home, and I was deemed Queen of Carolina's comedy. Then I had a lot of newbies come in, and then they try to take my crown, So I went through that where they, want to be messy, but no, we ain't doing none of that. I'm not, like I said, I ain't no gangster or none of that, but I'm not easily walking away or bowing down. I'm not doing that either, So just being, like I said, I'm gonna stand up for me, what I believe in, and stay true to that. But yeah, it can get messy. It can get messy.
Sometimes venues and club owners, they're more concerned about the drink sales and the bringers. And I kind of understand that from a business view. But, there are some things I want you to elaborate and tell me if you can relate your opinion on it. But there's a couple of things that I really can't stand when it comes to this. And it's like when there's a flyer, there's always men and only one woman. Why? Why? Tell me why. Why do you think that's like that?
I think they're doing it a little better now, because there's a lot more female in the game now, and a lot that's, pushing their way through it. So I think there's a lot more women now on flyers than they used to be.
Yeah, they've come a ways.
Huh?
They've come a ways. You're right.
Mm-hmm. Now I do remember, like I said, we can go back at least 10 years ago where it would be one woman, because I've been the only woman on a lot of shows where it was a lot of men and just one woman. I've been on to that. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know
what I think about, not to interrupt, but it seems that until like Lunell in the movies and Tiffany on TV started breaking through, that's when I started seeing a difference in female comedians starting to get a little bit of time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not crediting those two specifically, but I see those two actually getting some time on film and
Should it
TV.
even go beyond that? Adele Gibbons, all those backer.
Yeah, some of the older ones didn't get the time. Some of these people that are getting now, finally, the women, like I said.
Right.
Well, and part of that also is because of great queens like you, Queen Aaliyah, because you promote. You know what I mean? That's what we need. Some of these women out here to create. If an opportunity does not knock, I am going to squeeze my ass a path in there and make it happen. So a lot of them are out there, coming up with shows and doing it, because I always have this dream, I really do, of having so many shows lined up filled with women and only one man, so they can come in and be whining, well, can I get on with
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
We got you at 2:00.
Yeah.
Right.
but another thing that kind of gets me is this, and I guess maybe they're kind of getting better. I used to give the host, who's ever's hosting, a little card what to say about me, because I can't stand the way they disrespect, or maybe it's intimidation of how they announce female comedians coming to the stage. You agree with me on that?
Right. Yes, ma'am.
How do you like to be announced?
I by way of Chicago, all the way from Raleigh, North Carolina, by way of Chicago, I performed. Well, it just depends. Sometimes my introduction is a little shorter than others, but radio personality, Queen of Carolina's comedy, Aaliyah Ford.
Where's my audience? That's what's up. That's my audience, by the way. I charge their ass every night before, so I just hit the button and they're good. They're raring to go. So what is your hope, Queen Aaliyah, for other females, other women? What's the hope for the future comedy?
I just want them to more stick together versus the whole competition thing. I'm not in competition with any of them, but that's where it seems like, everybody trying to battle for a spot. That's where it seems. I just want them to, come in, learn the craft, and just be funny.
Right on. I mean, like for North Carolina, what's the comedy competition? What's the comedy scene like there?
Messy.
Is it really?
It really is. It really is.
Wow.
It's messy because it's a whole lot of that. The new ones that's come in, because I've heard so much of that. They'll say, Aaliyah, I've heard a lot about you. And then I was like, okay, see, I don't even know which way to take that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Don't be out standing at the outside waiting on me to come outside.
Yeah. So they a lot of them hear stuff, and then somebody will say, they don't like me. And then you get these people, they don't like me because she don't like me. And it's just crazy. And I'm like, where they do that at? I ain't even deal with that in high school. So I just be just.
So do you feel like that's more for you in North Carolina, it coming from men coming at you like that, or the females?
The females.
That is a shame. Can't we all get along? We all in it to win it. I mean, it's so much room for everybody.
I don't remember that. I don't remember that in Dallas, because y'all had a little group.
Everybody got a little clique.
Y'all had y'all had a group of about 30, 40 of y'all that were and you stuck together.
Yeah, it's the whole thing is a trip. You need to get this laughter, and you need to, and if you're not the one giving, then come on in and get the laughter, because even for comedian. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
I think if you get more that's stuck together, you'll get more done. But you're wasting time when you're over there throwing shade over here. Well, Aaliyah, we ain't gonna mess with her or this or that. You're throwing shade to the point where things ain't getting done. So now, if we act like the people did in Alabama over there when they was, on the boat, we can get more done. So
That's
yeah,
right.
instead of we all can, but they ain't gonna stick together.
Right.
And then, like I said, it's a generation that see, I'm an older woman. I'm older.
Right.
And a lot of them, they're younger, 40 and under, and they coming in, and like I said, it's a whole different
Think they know
atmosphere.
it
It's
all
different.
already, and that they done already
Yes.
succeeded and made it through the ranks. I'm like,
No, I
Yeah.
think there's strength
Yeah.
in I think there's strength in numbers. And as a matter of fact, I believe that the last two comedians that won funniest comic in Texas were females, weren't they?
I believe so.
I believe.
Well, we making our
I
mark.
mean, there's
You men
power
better-
in those numbers.
You used to always hear predominantly men, but you know what? Scoot your ass over, because that is not the way it is.
Absolutely, because we're
that's-
breaking through.
that's
We're
right.
breaking through.
That's
It's
right.
we ain't sitting down silent no more.
That's
And
right.
that's not being disrespectful, because they always say women have a place. Yeah, we do, but at the same time, we have a voice.
Well,
why
you
not
know
be
what? You
heard?
say that. I don't say women have a place. Yes, they do. Look, my place is what I say, because sometimes that means the women is the only one that got to get in the kitchen to cook. The woman.
No.
It's
No,
it's just,
that's not what they're saying. Not at all. Because,
Right.
like I say, in today's society, everybody had to pull their weight.
That's right.
I talk about it in my comedy all the time. I'm think everything walking and talking should be working. Because why I need to go out, and that's why, like I say, when I leave, the house is locked up. I'm not leaving nobody in here that can walk and talk while I go out of here and go to work. And you just go lay around in here? I don't think so. I don't think so.
You should
I
see
got
my
a
dog.
ceramic
My dog wears a shirt. She even got to go her ass to work.
I got a ceramic dog. See, you can't be walking around in here while I'm working.
That
You're
is
not.
so funny. That is funny. So, throughout your career, and finding your own voice, finding your style, your path within the entertainment industry, which I say you've done exceptional. What are some skills or some lessons learned that you've went through that can help another upcoming artist? And I'm not just saying a female, but anyone that's serious about the game. How can you steer them from what you've learned?
As far as what now?
What have you learned, or what have you some lessons that you've learned throughout your career
be techniques, anything
that can help an upcoming artist, someone that's serious about their grind, serious about their game? What can you tell them?
Well, just don't, give in to what, because like I said, you can run up on some promoters that'll tell you they're going to put you over here and over there, but they want you to, of course, lay down with them. So no, don't even start that, that's why I say the respect for you first, and then demand what it is you want. Just like you said, you got to push and promote you is what you have to do out here, because ain't nobody going to do it. I'm my biggest fan. Ain't nobody going to promote me better than me.
That's right. That's right. And you be out there doing your thing, and that's what you have to do. Don't depend on nobody else. Do something you can do.
But she kind of touched on it right from the very top when you said practice, practice, practice.
Yeah,
that's true.
You have to get out there. You have to be out there in it. And you really do, because that's the way a lot of people get to know who you are. Even in the open mic, I stay at that open mic. I stayed out there at open mic,
right.
Like I said, to get better and better, because I can have one joke and I tell it 40, 50 different ways.
That's right.
But when I find the very hit lick that got the best response to that one, then I'm gonna stick to that. But I'm always, like I say, trying to perfect it, trying to come up with new ideas, new thoughts, new jokes, and perfecting it. Perfection. That's what I'm trying to keep going.
So before we go out with some smiles and some laughter, is there anything that you want to add, or anything that you want to say, any upcoming performances that you may have?
Well, not quite. I know we're doing Arizona and Vegas coming up in October, but the venues is not in concrete yet. So no, I didn't want to mention any of that yet, but I always post it once they in stone.
So like you from the Windy City, that is not about 4 hours or so from Ohio, because that's where we are currently in Toledo, Ohio. You ever been up in Ohio or up in Michigan performing? We're going to try and get you to show these people what it be like.
Absolutely. No, I had even been hitting up some promoters for those areas, because I have not hit Ohio. No, Columbus, Ohio. I've been to Columbus, Ohio once. I was brought in there, and it was a in and out thing. But no, those areas I need to touch in on. Now, Chicago, anytime I go to Chicago, that's why I stay Damon Williams at the Riddles. I get booked over there.
All right.
And I come in there because look, when I come to Chicago, it's like a family reunion.
Right.
And they come out in there and they pack the crowd. And even I have, like I say, Ohio, because I was hitting on that. I got a big family in Ohio.
That's what's up.
Cincinnati, Ohio. So they're in the Ohio area. I got a big family in Ohio, and I had, like I say, reached out not too long ago, like trying to get something coming to Ohio. So yeah, I would love to hit Ohio area.
Yeah, well, I would too, and we see what we can
keep an eye
connect
out.
and do. But yeah, we'll make something like that happen. But you know, I really appreciate you taking the time and being on the show, having a conversation, I want everyone to get to know you, know a little bit about you. You're gonna see, feel, and laugh with some of the performers coming up in just a moment. But tell everybody how you can be followed on social media and where they can go to even check out videos. And you have merchandise?
I do. I have T-shirts, the Go Comedy, Go Crazy. My slogan is what we have on hand. And then the Instagram, everything is funny, Aaliyah Ford, Instagram. Facebook, Aaliyah Ford, comedian Aaliyah Ford, Queen Aaliyah Ford. On Facebook, I can be found. And then the YouTube, because the radio show is going to stream on the YouTube channel. So that's the Aaliyah Ford Adams YouTube channel. So that's where everything will be going on there.
That's what's up. You keep on doing what you're doing. The Aaliyah Ford comedy show on ABC. you know,
keep yourself out there.
Comic View, all that.
That's what's important.
BET,
keep yourself out there.
You know, I mean, so what's the big picture for you now? I mean, your foot is in the door. You know what you want. You're successful. You know, what's next?
Well, I know. I was stopped in my tracks. I was putting toilets in a building right before the pandemic, so we was gonna do the grand opening on the Go Comedy Go Crazy comedy show spot. So that didn't happen. So we had to take a sit back on that one. So we still pondering on that right now. We are.
Hey, so many paths are still yet to open up for you, and you're making a difference. Everything. I say, it's just my opinion, that even when comedians get up and bring jokes and give therapy to the audience, that we ourselves are self-therapeutic when it comes to that. You agree with me on that?
I do.
So Absolutely. It's a whole round of, I just love it when you have a good show and everybody, some of them going out the door holding their pants because they kind of tinkled their pants a little bit, and people want to come up and congratulate you. Don't that feel good to know that you have made a difference? You've made someone laugh and stuff. So we're going to do that right now. We're going to go out with that, sharing some highlights from Liquor House Comedy Showcase Brown Sugar Night. This is a great one, I'm telling you guys. And we're going to tease you with the snippets of some of it. And if you want more, well, you got to go.
You can have to buy a ticket and see her live.
That's right. Anything you want to say about this?
Or they can tune in on the Amazon Prime, Tubi TV now, and watch the show itself.
That's what's up. Yes, you heard it here.
Thank you.
It's a great show. Hey, I thank you so much for being on the show. I hope anytime you have anything that you're doing, you can message me. I will gladly share it out to the world. We hope to have you back again and take our conversation to another level. You don't just pop into all this at first. No, you got to bring it the right way. And I want them to fall in love, follow you, and want you back. But in the meantime, sit back, get your comedy on. You ready? Are you ready? I'm ready.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thanks so much.
Okay.
It's hot as shit in here. Y'all done heated it up in here, damn. Ain't no, the air don't work in here? Nobody got air. What a fan, damn. It's hot as shit for real. Have you ever had some loving so good it run you out your mind? Loving was so good I went home packing. I was grabbing shit. I was grabbing everything in sight. My husband said, baby, where you going? I'm like, no, nigga, this your shit. It's hot as shit in here for real. It is, but listen, let me ask y'all, can I be me tonight? Can I be me tonight? All right, I think that funerals funeral should go according to how you lived. Right? If you didn't live good, we shouldn't send your ass off good. Am I right? Right? Mama in there all heartbroken. Oh, he was so good. Mama, no, he wasn't. Y'all stop sitting through them funerals and letting them lie, right? I had to get up there and make sure they was talking about this nigga here. Right as hell. I think they should not, the pallbearer shouldn't show up. They should just dig a hole and just throw his ass in there. You know what I'm saying? I just want to be me tonight. You know what I'm saying? Oh, these rotisserie chicken lights right here. This hot as shit in here. That light beaming right there. What the hell? It is, but they should stop. Y'all should stop going through these funerals and just letting them lie on these people. He was good. No, he wasn't. Right. And I know he was rotten as hell. The mama gonna cry. You know she gonna cry. But just stop it. So y'all speak up some, okay? Stop just going along. So they mad at me because I told them about that. Now this nigga he wasn't that good. They like, you shouldn't have said that at the funeral. But I'm telling the truth. Then talking about he going to heaven. No, he ain't. Right ass. How he gonna get some wings? You know what I'm saying? Everybody don't get no damn wings. Rotten. Rotten as shit. I think that people that don't work shouldn't snore. I think you should snore. You know what I'm saying? In there like your ass got something to do tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Keeping my ass up with all that damn noise. Oh, I get on my damn nerve. You know what I'm saying? I put the pillow over his face. This nigga still snoring. I'm like, what you gonna do in the damn morning? You know, ain't got no damn where to go. All that damn noise keeping my ass up. Now I'm at work tired as shit, right? Like, oh, I should have sent his ass to the garage. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I can't stand his ass. I mean, y'all love him and can't stand him at the same time. She about to raise her hand. Y'all see him? He is looking at me like, ma'am, that is too much heat. But it is, though. It really is, though. It's crazy. And I got a big family. I'm out of Chicago. I got a big family. I got over 60 nieces and nephews. But I got one nephew, and he got cerebral palsy. And I talk about all of them. I talk about all their asses. He gonna ask me one day, Auntie, why you don't talk about me? I said, because you got this condition. You know what I'm saying? He said, it's okay. I said, no, it's not really. It ain't okay. And then my nephew used to wear this helmet because he got cerebral palsy. He would fall and shit. And he be around the neighborhood collecting cigarettes. Around there collecting cigarettes, he would collect so many. One day he had a whole pack in his shirt right here. And he had a see-through shirt on. And this guy walked up to him. He said, man, give me a cigarette. He said, more. It's okay to talk about. Now, he's almost 40, y'all. He's almost 40. He's still a virgin. And he called me because they feel like I'm the aunt that gets shit done. He gonna tell me, Auntie, I want a girlfriend. I don't want to die no virgin. I was like, well, tell your daddy. You know what I'm saying? I think his daddy should fix that for him, you know? He gonna ask me to get him a date. I'm way down here in Carolina, he in Chicago. Tell me, I know you can do it. I don't know. I don't know if that's gonna be right, you know what I'm saying? Want me to fix his problem, you know. And then he was in there the other day, you know, gonna talk about he wanted a tattoo. I was like, well, nephew, what you want? He told me, you know. I said, no, I don't. What you want? This clown gonna show me a picture of the handicap sign. I'm like, nephew, you don't want the handicap sign, do you? He told me, So I just get in like this, you know. I'm like, no, that ain't cool. Get something else, pick something else. Actually, you could have said a naked lady, but the handicap sign? Oh, he a mess, y'all. It's terrible out here. This light is hot as shit. Why y'all put us right here? I just want to ask questions. I want to move over a little. It's hot as shit in here. Ain't got no water. Wait, hold on. Let me see. Trying to make sure I ain't reaching out of the distance right here. But it is though. But yeah, that big family, I do. And I can't even imagine suicide. Anybody in here want to die, make some noise. Nobody want to die. We don't want to die. We don't want to die. But I got a brother, he be committing suicide every year. And sis, I'm going to do it this year. 5 years straight calling me up. You know what I'm saying? I got one that want to die and one that won't die. My brother been shot, stabbed, and electrocuted. We call them 9 lives. You know, who the hell gets shot, stabbed, and electrocuted? The other hand, he over here, like I say, for 5 years straight calling me, talking about he want to die. He going to commit suicide. Now, that 5th year, I said, don't call me no more, because when it happens, the family going to let me know your ass gone. Calling me, he ain't going to kill himself. 5 years. I ain't never imagined suicide. Well, my time, I'm going to be praying for more time. Am I right? I mean, Lord, give me my brother time. He don't want it. That's just crazy, ain't it? Want to die. They don't want to die. They just say that, you know. And they all on some different stuff. I got 8 brothers. And the list go on, because every one of them on some different shit. I got a brother on the corner of the police department selling drugs. Told my sister, I swear they keep telling on me. They crazy, ain't it? That's some crazy shit. One brother act like we secret lovers because his wife don't like me. Every time I be talking to his punk ass, I say, bro, what's going on? I'm talking about, here she come, gonna hang up. Stupid. Then I got a brother here in prison. On the way here, he gonna call me up, talking about, sis, I just got out. Scoop out here and pick me up over there on Martin Luther King Street, right? And I get over there, he still had on the jail uniform. So I was like, I don't know if they let you out, you know what I'm saying? My name's Aaliyah Ford. I thank you guys so much, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I am so geeked. I think I peed my pants.
She's hilarious.
Yeah, she is hilarious. I love Queen comedian Aaliyah Ford. You can find her everywhere. This is a queen that is Googleable. Simply go into Google and type in Aaliyah Ford, comedian Aaliyah Ford. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, everywhere. But get yourself connected on, because when you need a little humor, when you need some truth, realness, stuff you can relate to and laugh, she's the one to go to right there.
Yeah, you're looking at your family a whole different perspective.
You sure
Brothers,
will.
nephews, and a brother in prison, right? And a nephew.
You are going to love that and so much more. And I am honored that she blessed us by coming aboard the platform, giving you a little bit of goodness on this terrific Tuesday.
So you going to let your daughter say something to you about your menopause?
I can say something to him about my menopause and scare your ass. What? Yeah. And look who's talking. The main one who has to deal with it with me. You know?
I'm trying to be tolerant.
He's a good man because he can tolerate. If any man can tolerate a female going through menopause and they're still in the home, shout out to you, boo. But it is what it is on this terrific Tuesday. I'm honored that you are here. I thank you for taking the time, being here, listening, watching, and getting your laughter on. Indeed, tomorrow is Wednesday, and that is Tim's Tidbits, special co-host with Larry E. out of Dallas, Texas. Smooth is not going to tell you nothing.
It's talking about current world events and giving you
exciting.
Great perspective of it all.
Right on, and we love your feedback on that as well. Then there's Thursday with the Now You Know show with Queen Silvy and Smooth Tim. Great kings and queens from all over the world videoing in their show question of the week, as well as our kings and queens with some encouraging, inspirational, funny, musical, everything.
Showcase the question of the week, all kinds of fun stuff.
That's right. So tune in. Both shows on Wednesday and Thursdays in the evening, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Do check your time zone, but join us there. So, Smooth, how can we be followed?
Simply by Googling us. We are Googleable, or Again, look at the top of the screen, www, The Queen Silvy Show, or go to our YouTube page. Again, The Queen Silvy Show.
That's right.
And while you're there, please subscribe.
And pass the word around for someone else, if you will. You know it's Tuesday. You know I fast.
Yeah,
you know,
pass it around. Just be careful.
Be careful for what?
If you're passing it around.
Smoothie.
Or talk about something else.
Hey, listen, I just want you to know that if you don't know now, you do know, that I only had a cup of tea today. I'm fasting and I'm ready to go and grub and smash my face. So with that said,
till next week.
Hey.
Same Queen time, same Queen station. We're out of here. Bye-bye, y'all.